Do you remember when going out to eat felt like a big deal? Mom and Dad would load everyone into the station wagon. Kids would argue over who got the window seat. And out on the road, those neon signs glowed like little promises. You could almost smell the fried chicken or a burger on the grill before you even pulled in. Maybe, if you were lucky, there was a slice of pie at the end. Back then, restaurants weren't just food, they were part of the adventure. Today on Timeless Americana, we're dusting off old menus and looking back at 10 restaurant chains that once ruled America, but have since disappeared. Number 1. Howard Johnson's, the Orange Roof Empire. If you traveled before the 1980s, you know this one. You'd spot that orange roof miles before you got there. It meant fried clams, ice cream, and those 28 flavors lined up behind the counter. To kids, it was magic. To parents, it was reliable. At its peak, Howard Johnson's was everywhere, the biggest chain in the country. But once McDonald's and Burger King hit the gas, Hojo just couldn't keep up. The very last one closed in 2017. Still, if you ever saw those rooftops glowing on a hot summer road trip, you don't forget it. Number 2. Burger Chef, before the Happy Meal. Here's one that slipped away quietly. Burger Chef, before Happy Meals, they had the fun meal. Burger, fries, drink, dessert, and a toy, all in a box. Kids loved it. They grew fast, over 1,200 spots at one point. But bad business choices and a Hardee's buyout did them in. Today, the name's gone, but the idea stuck. Every time a kid tears open a meal box with a toy, that's Burger Chef's shadow. Number 3. Lum's, beer-steamed hot dogs. Now, this one's quirky. Lum's, born in Florida, made hot dogs cooked in beer their signature. People lined up just to try it. Inside, it felt like a small-town diner. Warm, simple, friendly. By the late 60s, Lum's was spreading fast, too fast. The money dried up, and by the early 80s, it was over. But ask anyone who had one of those dogs, it wasn't just food. It was something you told people about. Number 4. Chi-Chi's, Tex-Mex for everyone. In the 80s, Chi-Chi's was the place a lot of Americans first tasted Tex-Mex. Big chimichangas, sizzling fajitas, baskets of chips that never seemed to end. If it was your birthday, out came the sombrero and a chorus of singing waiters. It was fun, colorful, loud. But health scares and financial trouble knocked it down. By 2004, Chi-Chi's was gone from the US. Even so, if you ever sat under those bright lights with salsa on your shirt, you'd probably smile remembering it. Number 5. Steak and Ale. Fancy, but affordable. Dim lights, dark wood, a salad bar that felt endless. Steak and Ale gave families a little taste of fancy without the price tag. It started in the 60s, and for years, it was where middle-class families celebrated birthdays or anniversaries. It felt like a treat. Prime rib, baked potatoes, and all the salad you could pile on a plate. But when places like Outback and Texas Roadhouse came along, Steak and Ale couldn't keep up. By 2008, it was gone. Still, people talk about that salad bar like it was a legend. Number 6. Kenny Rogers Roasters. Country meets chicken. In the 90s, Kenny Rogers put his name on a restaurant chain. Rotisserie chicken, mashed potatoes, cornbread, the kind of food that felt like Sunday dinner. The vibe was warm, wholesome, almost like eating in someone's kitchen. It caught on for a bit, but the competition, Boston Market, KFC, was just too strong. Most US spots closed. Funny thing is, overseas, it's still alive. In Asia, Kenny Rogers Roasters is thriving. Here in America, though, it's just a memory of when even a country singer ran a chicken chain. Number 7. Sambo's, breakfast all day. Founded in 1957, Sambo's was all about breakfast. Pancakes the size of hubcaps, eggs and bacon at midnight if you wanted it. Families loved it, night owls loved it. By the 70s, there were nearly 1,200 locations, but the name drew controversy and the chain couldn't shake it. By the 1980s, it was fading fast. The very last one closed in 2020. For people who remember, though, it wasn't just pancakes. It was the spot where mornings, afternoons, and nights all blurred together. Number 8. Pup and Taco. Burgers and tacos together, only in California. Pup and Taco offered hot dogs and tacos side by side. The name alone made kids laugh. It was cheap, cheerful, and weirdly fun. By 1984, Taco Bell's parent company bought them out. And just like that, Pup and Taco was gone. But locals who grew up with it still remember grabbing tacos and pups after school. It was one of those oddball places that gave the neighborhood its flavor. Number 9. White Tower, the little rival. White Tower looked a lot like White Castle. Same sliders, same tiled white buildings. Started in the 1920s, grew across the Midwest and East Coast, but lawsuits from White Castle and shifting tastes knocked it down. By the 1980s, most locations were gone. But for people who remember it, White Tower wasn't just a copycat. It was their late-night slider stop, and it mattered. Number 10. The All-American Burger, a slice of Hollywood. If you've ever seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High, you've seen the All-American Burger. Classic California joint. Burgers, fries, milkshakes. A hangout spot for teens in the 70s and 80s. By the 90s, it had disappeared into history. But thanks to that movie, it's frozen in time. For locals who ate there, it wasn't just another burger. It was where memories happened. And there you have it. 10 restaurant chains that once ruled America, but are gone today. They weren't just places to eat, they were backdrops. Family trips, first dates, birthdays, late-night runs. If this little trip stirred up a memory, or maybe even a craving, go ahead and hit like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Timeless Americana, because the past isn't gone. It's right there, waiting in our stories.